Hi there, class. This is Dr. Hughes, and I am recording a video for you that is a couple of years after some of the videos that you guys have watched so far. So I probably look quite a bit older and a bit more tired than I did back during that time period. I'm also recording this on my phone, so the quality of it might actually be a little better than those that I recorded on the D2L system. For some reason or another, the D2L system would not allow me to record and upload a video as I was doing it just a few minutes ago. So we're kicking back and punting here. Okay, the assignment for essay number 2 is an evaluation argument, and that's what I want to talk about for a few minutes with you. The first essay that you wrote was a narrative essay. Basically, you were giving information about some event in your life that has caused you to grow and change and develop, learn lessons in life and that sort of thing. Basic 5-paragraph essay, no sources. This essay moves us to another level. What we're doing here, still the 5-paragraph essay, but we're going to be incorporating one source, and we are going to write an argumentative essay this time. Now, when people think about argumentative essays, they automatically start thinking about controversies in our society, like abortion or capital punishment or, wearing school uniforms, prayer in schools, and that sort of thing. That's not what we're doing with essay 2. Yes, we are doing that with essay 3. So hold on to any topics that you're interested in to write about in that sort of genre for our third essay. Essay 2 is an evaluation argument. Now I want you to think about it this way. You're going to be evaluating either an object that you own or a place that you have gone to at some point. So think of it as, let's say your best friend or your cousin or somebody, they come to you and they're like, oh, my car is just junk. I've got to get a new vehicle. Do you like that Toyota Camry that you drive? And then you start telling them about, well, I love the Toyota Camry. It gets really good gas mileage and, this, that, and the other. The radio is perfect. I love the, all of these things. When you start talking about all the good things about it, or you could go the opposite way. Oh, I hate my Toyota Camry. It takes up too much gas and that sort of thing. Basically, what you're doing is you are doing an evaluation of this object. And so that's what we're doing in this essay. It's almost as if we're trying to sell something to somebody. And what I want you to do is I want you to choose either, if you look up here in the assignment with me, choose either an object that you own, that you have experience with, or a place that you have visited. Okay, because what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to pull in your own personal experiences with this object or in this place in order to fully develop the essay. So let's think about that for a moment. What are some things that we could write about? Well, you don't have to choose one of these things, but these are some options that you could choose. A vehicle that you've owned, a car or a truck. And it could, again, you could write about either the good things about it or the bad things about it. But I don't want you to try to do both in this one, just the good things or the bad things. You could write about a computer that you've owned or a cell phone, a type of pet that you have had, online games or video games that you really enjoy, some types of clothing or shoes that are really good. Hair care products, makeup products, anything, any object. It could be the best pen you've ever written with, or the best soda you've ever drank. And, any of those types of things would be fine. Or it could be a place that you have visited. Again, it has to be somewhere that you've gone to, though. So like a restaurant, In fact, the sample essay that I put in week 3 for you has it was written by a student of mine a couple of years ago, and it is about how much she likes the Olive Garden. So she wrote about 3 particular reasons why she likes the Olive Garden. The Olive Garden is the best restaurant because 1, 2, 3. She gave 3 reasons why. So it could be your favorite destination for vacation. You always go to Edisto Beach. Give 3 reasons why it's such a great place. A cruise ship that you've been on. You should go on Disney Princess because. A sports stadium. Truist Park is the best baseball stadium because. Maybe some shopping center that you have gone to. So there's so many different things that you could write about for this. But again, it has to be an object that you own or a place that you have visited. Don't go any other direction with this one. All right, so what we're doing is our thesis statement is going to look something like this. Blank is the best or worst, one side or the other, blank, because 1, 2, 3, blank, blank, blank. All right, so I've given you this sample thesis. Garden City is the best beach in South Carolina because it is family friendly, it is not overcrowded, and it is close to many fun activities. All right, so my first body paragraph, of course, is going to be about the first thing in my thesis, family friendly. And then the second body paragraph is going to be about the second thing in my thesis, not overcrowded. The third body paragraph is going to be about the third thing, it's close to many fun activities. All right, so not only do you have to draw in your own personal experiences, we are also going to use one source in this essay. And I want you to find the source on the internet. The reason that I specifically want you to use an internet source is because in the future, you are going to be using lots of internet sources in your research projects. I'm sure you have in the past as well. But you need to know how to properly document an internet source. So I want to focus on learning that before we move on to learning how to document books and newspapers and all of those other things. So let's focus just on one article only from the internet. And all you need to do is place one direct quote in this essay. Now, what do I mean by direct quote? A direct quote doesn't necessarily mean something that somebody said. It can be, you could pull something from Abraham Lincoln's Gettysburg Address or something like that, but no, it is also anything that somebody wrote other than you. So, pulling a piece of scripture out of the Bible, that's a direct quote. Pulling a definition out of a dictionary is an example of a direct quote. And you have to know how to document that appropriately, because if you pull something that somebody else wrote into your essay and you don't give credit to it, that's when you get caught for plagiarism, and that'll get you a 0 on these assignments. So we don't want that. We need to know how to do it right. So right down here at the bottom of the page, I have shown you how to document an online article appropriately. You can see that the very first thing that you have is what we call an attributive tag. And the attributive tag gives information about where the source came from. So what I did is I provided both the name of the article and the author. You have to provide the author if there is one. And if there is not one, then you have to provide the title of the source, not the URL, not the www. whatever, the title of the article itself. You don't necessarily have to provide both, but I always do. I just always like to cover myself by giving both pieces of information. So an article titled Garden City Attractions by Jillian Myrtle states comma. That's the attributive tag. We know who wrote it and what the name of the article was. And then the words that were written in the article were, quotation marks, Garden City's main attraction is its beautiful, pristine beaches, which are not overcrowded by hundreds of tourists. End quote. Period goes inside those quotation marks. Again, that is shown to you right on the bottom of this assignment sheet. And that is the format that you need to follow for the one quote that you have in this essay. Now, there is one other part to MLA documentation, and that is the works cited page, which is the very last page of your essay. Remember, this essay has to be 2 full pages, so that's going to be at least on page 3, and it has to be on a page by itself. The works cited is going to give information to your reader about the source. And that is where you're going to put things like the author's name, the title of the source, the URL will go on that page, and other things as well, publication dates and all of that sort of thing. That information is posted for you in this week, week 3. And if you ever have any questions about how to put together that works cited entry or about any of these things that I've talked about here on this video, please feel free to contact me. I work here at Branchville High School, and I work till 3 o'clock every day. I have classes till 3 o'clock, so I can't necessarily get back with you immediately when you send me an email saying that you need me. But as soon as I see your email, I will email you back, or if you need me to call you on the phone, I'll be glad to do that. Just leave me your number and tell me a good time to call you. I might not be able to call you at exactly 3 o'clock because I do have, I have to get the kids out. But after 3:15 or so, I should be able to contact you up until bedtime. So whenever you need me, just email me and I will let you ask me any questions that you might have. All right, guys, I hope you have a fantastic week. Please be sure that you read this assignment sheet very carefully, and I will see you next week.